Hello, it is Chantel here, and you are watching Studio Expansion TV, connecting, educating, and empowering studio owners to redefine their businesses. And in today's episode, we're going to dive into the 5 reasons why studio owners stay broke. You know, if you're like most of us, we open our studios because we are so passionate about teaching and about sharing what we love to do with our students every single day. And because we open our businesses coming from that love, that teaching perspective, and not necessarily as an entrepreneur, sometimes we fall down. And it breaks my heart that more often than I would ever want to see, studio owners have to close their doors because financially they're not able to sustain the business. And that just breaks my heart. I think of all those kids who are just out there waiting to be taught by you who no longer can because of money. And so I want to share with you a few little tips so that you can be greater aware of how financially you're running your studio so that you can not only help your students to thrive, but you can thrive as well. The first reason that studio owners stay broke is that you're all too bloody nice. As a rule, studio owners are the most generous and giving people out there, but this sometimes works to our detriment. So we want to make sure that you've got really concrete boundaries. Things like when someone says to you, "Oh, is it okay if I pay for little Susie's tuition next month when I get paid?" And you say, instead of saying, "Oh, sure, that's okay, I understand," you've got a strong way to go back to them and say that what you require and when you require payment. Things like that. We want to build your muscle for your boundaries. The second reason is that they avoid putting their prices up. If you've ever heard yourself saying something along the lines of, "Oh, I don't want to put my prices up because I really want to make sure we're affordable for families," this might be something that relates to you. So more than likely, if you haven't put your prices up for a while, or if you even have, it's been so incremental that it's not actually covering the majority of your costs, I would hazard a guess that you are probably undercharging, and that is what's contributing to the financial situation here. So if this feels like you, I'm going to take a little bit of a punt and say that more than likely your prices need a bit of a good price hike, even to the degree of maybe even a 30% increase is what I find of studio owners who are undercharging. We need to get your prices back to a comparable level where you can actually run a sustainable business. But if it's made you vomit just a little bit in your mouth of the thought of putting your prices up by 30%, don't worry, stick with me and I'll share with you how. The third reason why studio owners stay broke is that they are heavily discounting their classes. Here's the reality, my friends. You don't need a sibling discount. And in fact, when I look at some of the discounting models and pricing tables that I see a lot of studio owners have, often when you kind of work it out, after you've offered like a multi-class discount, some of the classes are legitimately like $1, $2, $3, $4 they're making per class, next to nothing. And this is where we have to really think here. As a business owner, how can I ensure that every single bit of my business is profitable? The fourth reason why studio owners stay in this position is because they haven't got a really strong financial collection system, something like having direct debit or automated credit card payments. And the difference here is that probably at the moment you might be sending out invoices and hoping and praying that people pay on time. And this is when you can find yourself in that awful situation where you've got $4,000 or $8,000 or $15,000 in outstanding tuition, and it's not fair, and it's not easy to run a business when you have no control over your cash flow. So instead, we want to transition to a system where literally you've got all their details on file, and once a month you go in and you press a button and it just collects all the tuition for you. You're never having to chase for money again. You're never left in the dark in terms of funds, and you will sleep so much better at night as a result. And the fifth reason why studio owners stay broke is that they keep trying to do everything themselves. They don't delegate, and so their time is spent so much in the day-to-day of the business instead of thinking, okay, how can I really grow this business? How can I free myself up to work on scaling this studio to reach more students? So I want you to think about how are you delegating your time and giving off the little lower level tasks so you can lead. So you can make the most powerful decisions in your business that are going to make it more profitable, more scalable, and a more rewarding business to run. So I know this has been a little bit of tough love for you here, but truly I am on your team. And I know that once we do a few of these things, when we give you some stronger boundaries, when we put your prices up, we stop discounting, we get an automated kind of collection system for your tuition, and we help you to lead more in your business as opposed to being stuck in the day-to-day, you will see enormous changes, not only in your studio itself, but in your own levels of prosperity. And that is the greatest gift you can give yourself. So to help you on this path, to help you really start getting these systems in your studio, getting these procedures and protocols, which can be confronting to create, I've done that for you. So I've put together a whole lot of resources in systemizing your studio and working on your payments and prices and packaging to help get you on this path. And you can download it right now in the section below. Just click download now and you can get access to this entire training. And what I hope for this is going to give you that momentum to make some changes to help turn this passion business into a profitable business. And that is the greatest thing that we can do as studio owners. So we can reach more students and make a huge difference through the arts. So share with me in the comments below, what for you is the biggest challenge when it comes to raising your prices or the financial side to running your studio? What is really kind of challenging you right now? And let me help you transition through this time to create a much more lucrative and easy to run studio that is a joy. I can't wait to read your comments below. Make sure you go and download that training resource, because truly it's going to give you so much information to create more prosperity in your studio. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and we cannot wait to see you next time for more episodes of Studio Expansion TV.